Hey, it's your boy, Skinny Penis.
Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 5. So just quickly guys, I'll be streaming some Spider-Man PS4 most likely over on this YouTube channel in a few hours time, so if you're on, just keep your eye out for it. It just matters when like the postman comes and delivers my PS4 and the Spider-Man games, so let's hope it's early in the morning. So we had a new trailer for The Flash Season 5 come out around 2 days ago, which gave us our first proper look at not only Cicada, the big bad for this season, but also his regular persona, if you want to call it, of David Hirsch. Now the character of Cicada has been, a bit of a strange one for some viewers, and no, that's not because he isn't a speedster villain, which I guess could be the case for some people watching, but I have heard people both in the comment section of my videos, as well as just like online, on areas such as like Twitter and stuff, that they are, keeping pretty quiet about the character and that there hasn't been any, interviews or stuff like that with the actor that is playing Cicada, who is Chris Klein. Most of you would know him as Oz from American Pie. And yeah, I can understand why some people might feel that way, but they never have interviews with the actors playing the villains for the season until, after the season has, a few episodes on TV already. So maybe like 4 or 5 episodes that are out, maybe they might do an interview with the person who's playing the villain. You don't really see that with any of the TV shows. The only DC TV show I can think of that has done this was with Legends of Tomorrow back in season 2, and that's because all of the villains on that season were returning villains from previous seasons on different shows. So they were already established, like Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlyn, Damien Dark, all of them. So it made sense why they would do interviews, because people already knew who they were and already knew about their characters. You couldn't really spoil too much. But yeah, with Cicada, you probably won't hear from the actor until we see a few episodes of the show ourselves on TV. But thanks to TV Line, we now have some new information to go over regarding Cicada, Nora Allen, as well as the new Harrison Wells for this season, that being Sherlock Wells, and we will go over them in that order, as well as a couple of other things at the end. But of course, let me know in the comment section down below with your various opinions on what we go over in this video, and also be sure to drop a like on the video just to support the videos and show your support and stuff like that, as well as if you are just excited in general for The Flash this season, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new as we head into this new season of not only The Flash, but also the other DC TV shows. Now, according to Todd Helbing, who is the showrunner for The Flash, Cicada actually isn't too concerned with the Scarlet Speedster, or, The Flash. But this is what Todd had to say exactly. His end game isn't about The Flash. It's more of a bigger scale issue, though he will impact Barry and co. A big part of the story of this season is about the metas, where they got their powers from, and it's tied into everybody's journey this year. Cicada's powers are different than DeVoe's and any of the speedsters in the way they affect our team. So in regards to that first statement he makes around Cicada's endgame not, really revolving around the Flash, I think that is a great idea. Every season, the villain always needs Barry or is targeting Barry when it comes to their final plan, which really has gotten repetitive. I guess last year they changed it a bit with DeVoe, where he didn't necessarily need Barry. Barry was just more of an option if Ralph, fell through as an option. But due to Barry still being an option up to that point, he was consistently involved with DeVoe's plan right up until the end. But with Cicada, as you have gotten a hint at through the Comic-Con trailer, as well as the promo we got a couple of days back, his family isn't there anymore. Something nasty has happened to them. So you would have to think that that is his goal, that is his plan, to find a way in which to bring them back, which you would have to think will play out, in a fairly similar fashion to his character's arc from the comics, in which he is trying to bring his wife back from the dead. But with the show, they have, upped it a bit, and they have added what looks like to be a daughter to all of this. Now, they have said that there will be many deaths this season, many deaths, which would all, most likely be committed by Cicada, as he, if played out like in the comics, will be killing people that were saved by the Flash previously. And by this, I mean the Flash has personally saved him. So people that were in the vicinity of the satellite that Barry punched him, were possibly saved due to him doing that, they don't count. But someone that was, about to be hit by a bus or a car before the Flash, zoomed in, grabbed them and saved them, that person counts as a potential victim of Cicada, because the Flash touched them, personally saved them, they came in contact with the Flash. So this puts not only multiple people or many people in Central City at risk, but also everyone on Team Flash at risk as well. And even in that promo, we do see Cicada standing behind Joe in a pretty menacing way. So is Joe one of Cicada's first targets, or is Cicada there for another reason? I guess we'll have to wait and find out, obviously, in regards to that. But they have said that Cisco will be one of Cicada's targets early on, which doesn't shouldn't come as too much of a surprise now, seeing that we know that episode 3 will be entitled The Death of Vibe. Now, I am firmly under the belief that Cisco won't die, in the present that is, and that Nora will have information on when Cisco is supposed to die in the future, and Team Flash just has to, prevent Cisco from, well, dying at that point in time. So it's sort of like the whole Iris and Sabotage story back in season 3, but a bit shorter, and hopefully better. But they do reference that Cicada's powers are different in the way they affect our team, and one of the things said early on about Cicada that could have changed now, but could still be the case, is that he had the ability to take meta powers. But that is sort of similar to DeVoe, just that he won't be taking their lives in that same act, but he could kill them afterwards as well if he wanted to. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how his powers work when, season 5 comes around, because that was a while ago and they have changed up the character from what I know, so we'll have to wait and see. The other thing that Todd says that we haven't gone over yet is the part about a big part of the story being about the metas and where they got their powers from and how it ties into everybody's journey for this season. So this is going to be fairly interesting to see what exactly they mean by this. Are they talking about the satellite incident? We know there was dark matter there. Is that what gave the metas their powers that we will see this season? Or could it possibly be connected back to Caitlyn's father, Thomas? Is he connected to all of this as well? Which of course then, connects Caitlyn to everything. As I said, going to be very interesting to find out. And I really do have a feeling that many people are going to enjoy what the Flash is serving up this season. It's a bit different, but hopefully, it's a bit, it's a difference that we need. And I'm liking basically everything that I'm seeing so far. Now, Todd did also say that Nora Allen's presence actually starts to have a little bit of a strain on her parents' relationship, which makes a lot of sense. And Todd actually follows by saying that Iris and Barry become second to mum and dad. So by this, he means that their relationship as husband and wife goes on the back burner as they have to focus on taking care and raising their child, who is essentially the same age as they are, which would be sort of crazy and a bit sort of confusing at the same time. So I'm guessing a lot of this will be connected to, parental intuition, if you want to call it, in which you would just want to protect your child, which we have seen many times with both Henry and Joe with Barry. So you can imagine Iris and Barry having that same sort of reaction towards Nora and her running around out there in Central City as a speedster when they firsthand know the various dangers that she could face and could, get into. But I think that will only be something that, lasts the first few episodes until both of them realize that she can handle herself, fairly well out there on the streets and could even have a better understanding of her powers than Barry, seeing that she could have had them for longer than him most likely. One bonus spoiler that TV Line was able to also drop revolved around the newest version of Wells, that being Sherlock Wells, who is a master detective from a different Earth and he's come to help the team track down Cicada. He's pretty awesome at his job, and Ralph doesn't take too kindly to somebody that has skills that may or may not be better than his. Now, we do hear in that latest promo Harry speaking about Cicada, or maybe it's Welzebub back from season 1. It's hard to tell. It's one of them, you can just tell by the voice. But anyway, you would have to think that Sherlock is suggested as an option to help them with their mission around Cicada, and that is how he is brought in. And for those about to type in the comments, Pagey, maybe that was Sherlock speaking in the trailer. Have you ever thought of that, you idiot? Well, Sherlock is going to have like a British accent, hence like the whole Sherlock Wells, Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. So yeah, but we do know that Ralph and Sherlock will be spending some time together in like episode 3 or 4, one of those. So maybe it could be like a hate relationship at the beginning between those two that slowly evolves into like a mutual respect and an opportunity for Ralph to learn, and possibly Sherlock as well. Maybe it could be like Cisco and Harry back in season 2. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video has to do with Legends of Tomorrow season 4, because there wasn't enough to talk about for an individual video on it. But this is what the showrunner and TV Line had to say about the early portions of season 4. Yep, in vanquishing malice, the Legends did what they do best. They created a new problem. By opening our world to hobgoblins from a broad spectrum of myths, legends, and fairy tales. And now the mission is to hunt them down and bag them up. Alas, the new wrinkle arrives, just as Sarah is finally starting to have a life, and all of that gets jeopardized pretty quickly. So Legends is probably going to be the most different show compared to its previous season in comparison to the other shows, who are really, for the most part doing the same thing. Like maybe Arrow was a bit different, but it will still like get to that same feeling a few episodes in, you have to think. Legends, by the look of it, just seems to be going like bonkers, though, by jumping into that like super fantastical theme, which I'm sure will have us, meeting many weird and funky creatures as we possibly can. But a bonus spoiler for this season of Legends that was provided to TV Line is that a former legend will be returning in an unexpected form to try and kill the team. So I wonder who this could be. Is Is it Jax or Firestorm? Is it a weird magical version of Stein? Is it Leonard Snart? Are we getting Hulk Girl back? I wonder if she's still a barista. Gonna be interesting to find out who this ends up being, but yeah, I love when they bring back some older legends, so I'm keen to find out who it is. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on the different topics and different things we went over in this video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.